One night, a man returned home late and noticed someone walking toward his house. The moment the exterior lights turned on, the figure suddenly turned around, placed something back into the trunk of a car, and drove away. Shaken by the encounter, the homeowner installed multiple security cameras around the property, hoping that would be the end of it. But weeks later, another alert came in. It was around 12:30 a.m. This time, the cameras captured someone moving near their back door, slowly scanning the property. Then, the person appeared to react, as if someone had spoken to them. Moments later, they turned and walked away into the darkness. The homeowner had no idea why they were there, or what they were looking for. And one question remained. Was this the same person who had appeared weeks earlier? In this mysterious home security clip, something unsettling appears. A dark shape slowly forms near a mailbox at the edge of a driveway. At first, some viewers assumed it was just a teenager messing around, but on closer inspection, something feels wrong. A non-human face seemed to take shape within the darkness, staring straight at the camera. The figure never fully steps into the light. No one knows who, or what, was standing there that night. And without a reliable source, it's hard to say whether the footage is even real. Late one night, a man and his wife noticed something strange outside their home. A sudden burst of light, so fast they almost convinced themselves it didn't happen. Curious, they checked their Ring camera footage. That's when they spotted a shape above their neighbor's roof.
Go back, son. What?
It stayed there only for a second, then vanished. So what caused that flash? And what was really on that roof that night? A woman was inside her apartment when something strange happened.
My camera is hacked. Who's there?
She heard her own voice coming back to her, through her Ring camera, but with a short delay. It sounded as if someone on the other end was listening and watching, and their microphone was still on. She froze, unsure whether it was just a glitch, or if someone else had access to her Ring camera. Some believe it could have been a technical error. Others think the camera may have been hacked, and the person watching simply made a mistake. Either way, the idea is unsettling. If someone really was watching, how long had they been watching? In January 2024, 3 friends, Clayton McGeeney, Ricky Johnson, and David Harrington, were in Kansas City, Missouri to watch an NFL game together. They gathered at a friend's home in the city's Northland to watch the Kansas City Chiefs play. What began as a regular evening with friends turned into one of the city's most shocking and tragic incidents. 2 days after the game, on January 9th, their bodies were found outside in the backyard of that same house by McGeeney's fiancée. Initially, authorities had no immediate explanation. There were no signs of violence or forced entry, and nothing obvious to indicate what had happened to the 3 men. After more than a year of investigation, in early 2025, authorities finally made arrests in connection with their deaths. Jordan Willis, the homeowner who hosted the gathering, and Ivory Blade Carson were charged with involuntary manslaughter and delivery of a controlled substance. Prosecutors alleged that the 3 men died from a combined toxicity of fentanyl and cocaine. Witness statements reportedly tied Willis and Carson to supplying drugs to the group prior to the men ending up outside. Willis and Carson have pleaded not guilty and deny knowing that the men would be in danger or that their actions directly led to the fatalities. Despite the arrests and toxicology findings, many friends and family members have questioned parts of the case and said that they still feel the full truth has not been completely uncovered. A homeowner noticed a man walking through their backyard, and their security camera caught everything. They later explained that no workers were scheduled to visit that day. No notices were given, no one knocked on the door. Concerned, the homeowner shared the footage online, and speculation quickly followed. Some viewers suggested the man could have been a surveyor or a utility worker, possibly checking land for future development. Others weren't convinced. They pointed out that he was clearly on private property, without permission. And if he really was a utility worker, why didn't he announce himself first? That raised another unsettling possibility. Was he someone pretending to be a worker, quietly scouting homes or planning a break-in? Fortunately, nothing happened that day. Late one night, a family was jolted awake by loud noises coming from their front door. When they checked their security footage, they saw intense lights flashing outside the house. The lights moved erratically, stopping, shifting position, then suddenly darting away. Even more unsettling, a faint voice can be heard in the clip seemingly saying, "Can you tell me how to get?" The footage quickly spread online, but to this day, no one knows what the family recorded that night. This strange photo was taken back in 2010 by a couple living near a wooded area in Vermont. They had been hearing unusual sounds coming from the forest and noticed that apples from their tree kept disappearing. To find out what was causing it, they set up a trail camera near the tree. What it captured left them confused. The image was blurry, and the shape in the photo didn't clearly resemble any known animal. Some people believe it shows a large figure with a smaller one clinging to it. Others say it's nothing more than an animal caught at the wrong angle. To this day, no one can say for sure what the camera captured. Now, if you're enjoying my videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. Your support helps me creating new stories every week, and it means the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. A person was visiting family when they walked over to see some horses on a nearby farm. While there, they recorded this clip. At first, it shows two horses calmly walking toward the camera. Nothing unusual, until a few seconds pass. Suddenly, a third horse appears, right where there was nothing before. The background looks completely clear, with no place for it to come from. Some say it's just a trick of perspective. Others believe it could be a glitch in the video, or the Matrix. There's no clear answer and no obvious edit. So where did the third horse come from? The person who filmed it didn't even notice it at the time, only spotting it later once they were back home. And they still can't explain how it's possible. On September 23rd, 2024, a home security camera in Clovis, New Mexico, captured something unusual. Late at night, a person is seen crawling along the road. Moments later, they stand up and calmly walk out of frame. The footage left the homeowners uneasy. Was this just some sort of prank, or was something else going on with this person? On August 20th, 2022, a family in Daphne, Alabama was spending time in their backyard when something strange caught their attention in the sky. Hovering above was an object that looked solid, almost metallic. Confused and unsettled, they began recording.
See this?
Okay, I'm with you.
Oh no, it's like...
Later, they shared the footage online, hoping someone could identify what they had seen. But no clear explanation ever came. To this day, no one has been able to say exactly what was hovering above that backyard. In March 2019, a 5-year-old girl from Fair Lawn, New Jersey, was playing with friends near a small creek in a wooded area close to her home. Her family had lived there for years, so her parents, Dave Carrata and his wife, felt comfortable letting her play nearby. But that afternoon, the girl ran home frightened and told them she had found something strange in the woods. Hidden near the creek was a pile of clothing. The items appeared to be women's clothing, torn or cut apart, with dark red stains on them. It didn't look like trash, and it didn't look accidental. Dave contacted the police immediately. Investigators searched the area and later asked the public for help identifying the clothes, believing they may have been lying there for months. But no one ever came forward to claim them or connect them to a missing person. Without a clear link to a crime, police said the clothing couldn't be officially tested. Years later, there are still no answers. Who the clothes belonged to, how they got there, and what really happened near that creek remains a mystery. A YouTuber named Waffle Vlogs shared footage from outside his apartment that left him unsettled. Late one night, a man appeared near his front door. He didn't knock or speak. Instead, he wandered through the parking lot, stopping, staring, as if he was waiting for something.
What's he doing out there?
The man stayed there for several minutes before eventually walking back to his car and driving away. Nothing else happened, but the behavior made no sense. This woman wasn't home when her security camera recorded something unexpected. In the middle of the afternoon, a man can be seen walking straight through her backyard. She had no idea who he was or why he was there. There were no signs of a break-in, nothing was taken, and the men eventually disappeared from view. But the footage left her shaken because someone who shouldn't have been there had wandered freely onto her property. A security camera captured something unusual late one night. The camera was set up on private property, facing over a fence toward the outside. When the footage was reviewed, the guard noticed a large shape moving through the frame. It didn't make a sound. The figure looked tall, almost human, but not quite. It moved low to the ground, crouching near the fence, as if it was trying not to be seen. So what exactly passed by that fence that night? And why was it moving so carefully? At first glance, this clip looks almost beautiful. Soft, glowing sparks drifting slowly through the air, like something out of a dream. But once it appeared online, the mood changed. Some viewers, especially those who had lived through war, said it looked like white phosphorus. White phosphorus is a highly flammable chemical used in military settings that ignites on contact with oxygen and burns intensely. It can cause severe injuries, and continues burning even when it sticks to skin or surfaces. No one knows where the footage comes from, or whether the people who filmed it were in danger. A person uploaded a video after discovering something unusual in their water barrel. The container was just for collecting rainwater, but inside, something tiny was moving. It looked almost see-through, like a small, jelly-like creature. And the strangest part, it had what looked like a tiny trunk or proboscis. Attempts to identify it came up empty. No one seemed to know what it could be. AI, maybe? This clip was filmed during a violent storm. As the clouds rolled past, a bright red glow appeared in the middle. The clouds seemed to move around it, not through it. Then, almost instantly, lightning flashed and thunder cracked across the sky. Some viewers think it was just an unusual weather effect. Others believe it could be something artificial, even a secret experiment. Whatever it was, that red light in the storm has never been explained. In June of 2024, a woman recorded something strange from her backyard. Her property backed up to a thick stretch of woods. Deep between the trees, an orange light could be seen flashing. It wasn't steady, and it didn't look like a normal fire. The glow had a strange shape, almost curved, like part of something solid. The woman chose not to get any closer, and after filming, she went back inside. Sadly, no updates were ever provided, leaving many wondering if she even went back to check the area afterward. A TikTok user named RobertWatt47 shared a video after experiencing something strange near his home. At first, he heard chirping sounds, then saw something fall to the ground.
But you tell me, why in the hell?
It looked almost like a mechanical insect. It then made sharp beeping noises.
End on each end?
Some believed it was a tiny surveillance device. Others said it could be a toy or some kind of experiment. Weeks later, the same person uploaded another clip, this time from a trail camera on his property. It showed movement in the dark, and sounds no one could clearly explain. Whether these events were connected or just strange coincidences, no one knows what was really happening around that house. A Reddit user shared some unsettling security footage captured in 2020. The camera caught something moving across a neighbor's yard, just after 2:30 in the morning. At first glance, it looked like a person, but the figure was enormous, easily towering over the 10-foot-high camera. It moved slowly, almost too deliberately. It was emerging from a thick forest that most locals avoid because it's full of wildlife like coyotes and bears. Neighbors insist no one from the area would be out there at that hour. So it was wandering through that yard in the dead of night. A man was enjoying an evening at home when he noticed a single drone hanging motionless in the night sky. At first, it didn't seem alarming, but then he noticed something else.
Look at this motherfucker. Look at him spraying.
From beneath the drone, a faint stream appeared to be falling toward the ground. Some believe it points to secret operations meant to interfere with farmland. Others say it's just agricultural equipment or a standard atmospheric test. Unfortunately, no official explanation was ever given. A man shared a clip his mom recorded from her backyard. The sound seemed to come from the direction of a nearby graveyard and lasted for more than 2 hours. I'm not exactly sure where it was recorded, but allegedly it's in an area known for Bigfoot activity. But what would Bigfoot be doing at a graveyard? One thing is for sure, it doesn't sound like any known animal. This clip shared to Reddit shows a large aircraft flying low over a neighborhood, when suddenly a red cloud pours out from beneath it. At first, some people thought the plane was crashing, but it wasn't. Others joked this was done for a gender reveal party. That's not the case. The DC-10 air tanker is a converted McDonnell Douglas DC-10 airliner used for aerial firefighting, capable of dropping up to 12,000 gallons of water or fire retardant in 8 seconds. Still, seeing that red spray falling so close to houses made many uneasy and created a strange sight. This eerie clip was captured in a backyard in Danville, Virginia. When the homeowners checked their footage, they saw a very thin, human-like shape moving on all fours. No one could explain what it was. It didn't move like an animal, and it didn't look fully human either. Was someone playing a prank on them, or was something else going on? A person filming was walking home late at night when they noticed something above the houses. A large, bright object hovering silently in the sky. It seemed far too big to be a normal drone. The video later appeared online with almost no details attached. No location, no explanation. Some viewers think it could be a secret aircraft being tested. Others believe it was something not from here. One evening, a homeowner was relaxing when he suddenly received a notification from his backyard security camera. Curious, he checked the footage, but what he saw immediately left him uneasy. In the corner of the image, something stood out. A tall, human-like shape was standing in his backyard. Alarmed, he went outside to check right away, but there was nothing there. No person, no sign anyone had ever been there. To this day, he has no explanation for who or what appeared in his garden. This footage was captured in the backyard of the TikTok user Trail and Flow. While returning home from a walk, his dog suddenly became tense. It stopped moving, began growling, and stared directly into the bushes, as if something was moving just out of view. The owner later said the feeling in the air was overwhelming. The yard was completely silent, yet the dog refused to calm down. Moments later, he captured this. Animals are known to sense danger long before humans do. So what was hiding in the darkness? A man installed a trail camera in his backyard. He lives in a remote wooded area and hoped to capture some wildlife. Instead, he caught something unexpected. The camera recorded a single strange image. It looked like a group of people walking together at night, as if leaving some kind of gathering. It didn't make sense. No one should have been there, especially not at night. Still, there was clearly something in the image. The question is, were they people or spirits? I'm not sure which possibility is scarier. Reddit user Daydreams007 was with a friend on the night of April 30th, 2022, when something strange happened. They had been playing Karoom at a friend's house, a routine that often kept them out until 2 or 3 a.m., but that night they left a little earlier. Before going home, they stopped by the river like they always did, but this time, something felt different. As they turned off their bike's engine, one of them noticed a silhouette of a woman in the distance. They could only make out her legs at first, standing still near a neighbor's yard, and she didn't move a single inch. Both friends saw her, and both were terrified. Instinct kicked in, and they ran away. Before leaving, one of them managed to pull out his phone and snap a few photos. Looking at the photo, the figure looked like a woman, but no one should have been standing there in the middle of the night, especially not in that quiet riverbank village. Was it just a stranger out walking, a trick of the light? Or was it something else entirely? Something ghostly? And for more backyard encounters, watch this next video.